In this video, I am continuing my Shadow of War playthrough, and I am getting over 100 orcs to bloody kill Talion and rise up through the ranks. I want to see what will happen to my world if I just keep letting cool grunts destroy Talion and shape this land how they want. Which orcs will rise up and which orcs will perish immediately? And how will this mentally affect Talion? Will his goth girlfriend Shelob leave him? Stick around and subscribe to find out. Also, in the last episode I promised you guys a lovely animated bruise emote, and here it is. But if you want to use it, you're gonna have to go and follow me on my Twitch, and I guess join the Discord if you fancy chatting about orcs. Let's start the video off right by getting some beautiful new slave captains. Not that guy though, they all ran away. You there, sir, by the logs. How would you like to become a shiny new captain? You've got a gem, which means you're definitely 100% gonna become more powerful, and nobody in the comments section can convince me otherwise.
And so begins my rise through the ranks.
And Muzi becomes the slave. Ah, for God's sake. So creative. Wow. He's not making it out of this video. I then tracked down my lovely dreamer orc because I really want to recruit him, which means I'm gonna have to shame him.
Those cadagors weren't easy to capture. Keep an eye on them.
Look at those poor beasts in cages. If you love something, set it free, I say. Who's with me?
And he is taking on quite a strong black-painted orc known as the Great. I start off the conflict by opening up every single cage and summoning in every single wild beast that I can. While I'm doing this, the two captains clash in the middle and one of them is immediately terrified. It's the Dreamer. So I jump on down and deliver his first shaming directly to his brain. Thankfully, he doesn't go crazy, and when I get up, I'm greeted by the Great.
My playtime will be agony for you now, sweetness.
I decide to test out this orc. How great could he really be? I fight him, and whenever he's broken, I'm going to try and shame him down, but I'm hit by a rogue spear, and I'm out of chances.
I'm bound to go up in the ranks for this.
Her arises and becomes the steady. Very boring again. What is going on with the orcs in this video so far? To try and correct the flow of this video, I tracked down a gaggle of slave orcs.
You want some?
They're gonna know my name from here to Mount Doom.
Narug gets the kill and decides to don himself in red paint. The first awesome red painted slave orc that we've seen in this entire playthrough. He kills a shadow orc and completes his transformation by becoming the red. I think he looks amazing. He might be my favorite orc in this playthrough so far. The game then teaches me about ambush missions, so I send the only orc that I currently have, my gambler bodyguard, to go and ambush the Dreamer. I track down this mission and it looks like the Dreamer and the Great are going for round 2.
Take care of your weapons. You don't want a club splintering or a blade shattering in the middle of a fight.
Now don't take them down too quickly. That'll spoil the fun.
Over here! Zugul! I heard you were quite a soldier back when the Black Gate fell. Now you can't even keep pace with my lads. Your time is up.
Oh, the game honestly never ceases to amaze me. I love that my bodyguard orc literally used the other orc captain's first name. And he also gave him some backstory that he was probably named the Great after fighting at the Black Gate. My amazing bodyguard then catches sight of a Karagor, and obviously he is terrified. So he just runs off and leaves me to face the two orcs alone. What a great bodyguard.
And here I thought you were already dead and rotting.
I'll feed you your own ears. One anyway. I'll have the other.
I'm very quickly able to weaken down the Dreamer until he's broken, thanks to some of the attacks from the Great. I then very desperately try to dominate this orc. I am terrified the Great is going to kill him. This leads me to be vulnerable, getting downed again and again.
This is it.
Until eventually a grunt takes the kill. At least the Dreamer survives.
Lot of bother. Up
better get promoted for this.
Golem is born, he takes out Zuka the Reckless, and then he dons the very badass name, the Rabble Rouser. I love how this orc looks. Zugor, of course, succeeds in the mission, so he levels up. And then my nemesis, the Humiliator, takes out the Steady. I should probably send him a gift basket for that. I decide to leave the Dreamer alone for a little bit as I go and I track down my new favourite lad, the Red. Whenever I approach, I can see a slew of beautiful red painted orcs, as well as a banner which does terrify me. The banner makes these orcs go absolutely mental.
Didn't I kill you once already? Ah, bollocks!
While we're fighting, I kick the Red off the little platform and jump after him. But as I'm going in for the domination, I'm hit behind by one of his red painted bodyguards. I then take a look at the wall, and there is just an orc having a very, very bad day in there. How the hell did that even happen?
With one last blow, you'll lose your head. The Grave Walker will soon be dead. Hey, that rhymes!
The red bodyguard finishes off the kill and becomes Zafra the Rhymer. Again, these red orcs look amazing. And for some reason, of course, the Great also decides to level up because he's apparently great. I don't know. Okay, I need some help. Let's get Scoff the Gambler to become my bodyguard. With my new best friend this time, I've tracked down the Red. He's in the exact same place. This time I move quickly, hitting the fireplace, igniting everyone, and then running over and trying to freeze the rest of the guards. While they're all disorientated, I land a blow on the Red, and then I summon in my bodyguard, the Gambler. He arrives and immediately starts chucking firebomb after firebomb at the Red. I actually look over to see who the hell is doing that, and yeah, it's him. He is just obsessed with these firebombs, apparently. Anyway, thanks to him being a pyromaniac, I'm able to get the Red, finally. And I shim him down. Hopefully he won't become a maniac. The Gambler is great, but he's a little bit of a psycho. I mean, look at how many firebombs he throws. He is definitely a pyromaniac. I kidnap this Karagor from these random orcs having a cookout, and then I use him to quickly get back to the Red.
He'll be coming out with a ground right behind him. You boys better not muck it all up.
Oh wow, for a second there I thought he was fighting this tree stump. Oh, that's who he's fighting. Okay, that makes more sense. Let's go say hi to the Red. I'm sure he's so thrilled to see me again.
Why? When you shamed me, you destroyed my life. The others mock me. No one takes me seriously. My life is nothing but burning misery. I'll destroy you for what you did.
God, he looks so cool. I'm gonna try my very best to make sure that we capture him. And by capture, I mean recruit, dominate, and enslave. But whenever he's broken and ready to be dominated, I just can't seem to lock onto him. The game constantly just keeps making me lock onto these other grunts. Right up until disaster strikes in the form of a lumbering monster. The shamed flies through the air beautifully, crushed by the monster. But I do wonder, will he come back as something cool? I mean, he did die to a wild beast. Anyway, I get the hell out of there, and I head over to have a word with the other badass red orc, the Rhymer. And he's even better than I thought, because of course he's got decoys. I start by taking out these filthy clones first. And then right when I'm about to hit him with my powerful attack, he strikes me once and bloody one-shots me. I'm weak from the previous fight, so this leads to another promotion for him.
You are done indeed. I think I should commemorate this in an epic poem of great beauty.
Which he very smartly uses to rise up and become the first ever War Chief promotion that we've seen. And honestly, I can't be mad. I can't think of a better orc to become the War Chief right now. Just look at this guy. He looks badass and he's got decoys. But all this being said, I really do need to build an army. I need to dominate some orcs, so let's go find the Dreamer Slave. I follow his tracks all the way to his lovely holiday home by the sea. I ambush him very effectively and I take off quite a significant amount of health before he even has a chance to have a word with me.
Dream Killer! You're back! I think you'll do better than last time?
All it takes now is 3 more blows before he is ready to be dominated. Although he's still too high of a level. So I'm gonna have to shame this guy down first. I really hope he doesn't go crazy. After that, I do a quick loop of the holiday home and he actually respawns right back in the same spot. Let's recruit this guy.
Tremble before me! The Bright Lord is your master! I live
With the Dreamer now recruited, I can feel my forces growing stronger. But before I can get some more, I spot this lovely black painted gem grunt. So I'm like, why not?
Here comes a
Been waiting months to get out of the Shrek heap.
Prak rises up and becomes the Spike. Yeah, he's pretty cool. Yeah, I quite like him. While this is going on, my nemesis, the Humiliator, takes out one of my beautiful slave orcs. He continues to take everything from me. To replace that slave, I go and I find another one here, and despite there being a Graug attacking, this one still wants to fight me. He is incredibly brave. I've got a good feeling about this guy.
I could get used to this.
He becomes Grisha the Executioner. That's very good. Maybe he'll execute the Humiliator. And speaking of that asshole, he just takes it upon himself to take out another Shadow Orc during this, leveling up again. Upon respawning, I spot an intel grunt, and I learn about this Orc Captain. Yeah, kind of mid-looking. Although the Iron Fist name is kind of interesting. That's a superhero that got a bad Netflix series, isn't it? Either way, it doesn't matter. I think this is a great opportunity to test out the Dreamer, so I send him to raid him.
I heard that if you drink blood from a drake, you'll get special powers. I drank from a puddle of drake blood after a battle once, and all it did was make me shrug myself.
What an interesting bit of dialogue. I'd love to see an orc drinking drake blood and gaining some sort of fire powers. My Dreamer heads on into the conflict, and I find out that the Iron Fist has a mortal fear of pinning, which I'm definitely going to utilize to help out my lad.
Come on, join in on the fun. We won't be giving up without a fight.
And when I say help out the Dreamer, I mean that I'm going to do all of the work, and I'm going to basically fight this orc myself. Also, because the Dreamer just is sort of running away right now. Yeah, he's enraged and he's taken off. I don't know what he's seen over there, but I wish him the best. After our epic fight on the second floor, it's only fitting he meets his end in my favorite way, by being tossed off a very small ledge. After that fight, I do something very crazy and I hit the square button to get the battle report. And during this report, both of the black painted orcs killed shadow orcs and gained new levels. Thanks to me defeating the Iron Fist, I gain a new skill point, which I use to learn one of my favorite abilities, the Talon Strike. I then discover that the Iron Fist has actually given me an amazing gift. My favorite type of sword, the Threshing Sword. After leveling up, I spot the Dreamer is taking on some slave orcs, so I decide if any of these lads can take me out while the Dreamer's right there, then they deserve to be a captain. But right as this slave orc's about to get the kill, the Dreamer hits him away, and this random ass shield bearer sort of glitches into place.
You fought well enough for a man. You even damaged my shield. Yet I remain unbroken, staring down at your ruined form.
We get the classic Broken Shield dialogue, leading this orc to be called Zun Broken Shield, and yeah, he does look relatively cool. He has that crazy, like, fish helmet thing. After I respawn, I again find an intel orc, and I learn about another shadowy captain. I then set him as my target, and I traverse across the map to find him. I would very much like another skill point, please. During my epic travels, I'm bombarded by ghouls in the forest and savage caragors. But I'm able to get up and mount one, which I use to escape this cursed forest. But before I can spot him, I come across quite a strong orc in Zugor the Great.
When we first met, I knew this would be one for the ages. Almost a tragedy to have you die at my hand.
And then that's where I find him, the lopper of heads, hanging out with Zugor.
I will butcher you where you stand. You're nothing to me.
I summon in my awesome pyromaniac bodyguard to help me out against these two captains. At one point, I actually get downed by an Olog, but then he just sort of goes up in flames from my bodyguard's firebombs. And then another random orc tries to claim it, but then also goes up in flames. Ah, thank goodness for the gambler, just loving Molotov cocktails. My new threshing sword really comes in key during this fight. And I use my amazing new sword to take out the Taker of Heads in one of my favorite ways. He puts himself out and then gets very, very mad. I then work together with my bodyguard as he hoists him above his head and slams him into the floor. With Zugor now disorientated from the wrestling move, I move in to finish off the job.
The Dark Lord is watching. Do it! Let him revel in my death!
After that fight, I go and I look for a nice run to rise up through the ranks. I find this lad right here, and for a second I thought he was going to run away. But aggression takes over and he eventually claims the kill.
Your death fills my head with visions of glory!
Oh, I love this guy, the ghoul lover. Mate, I also love ghouls. Not in a weird way. It's always good to have a sort of fanatical, ghoul-loving orc roaming around your map, stopping you whenever he can to tell you and preach to you about the good words of the ghoul religion. While I'm walking around, I come across this Graug trial, so I decide to see what's going on. And it's none other than the world-famous Whiner Orc.
I've got better things to do than play with stinking Graugs. But if that's what you want...
I mean, I'll be honest, from what he's saying, I really don't think he can beat this thing, so let's just have a little watch here. Let's have a little watch. Can he beat this massive monster? I really don't think so. Yeah, that went about as well as I thought it was going to go, lad. He literally put him in a cage and crushed him. On my wanders, I come across this little orc room, this little gathering, and there are plenty and plenty of slave orcs. And I think you know what happens next.
I will build my career on the back of maggots like you.
Ah, for God's sake, what are the bloody slaves' obsessions with becoming like bladesmiths and armorers and blacksmiths? Alright, next, can we get someone else here?
They call me Stakuga, but you don't get to call me anything.
There we go, that's what I'm talking about, baby! The Whisperer. He just whispers in your ear. Yeah, this guy's way better. He's got those, like, Tormented Souls armor. So much cooler. It reminds me, we actually did a massive Civil War series over on my Twitch, and I believe that whenever we made lots and lots of slave orcs, they all ended up looking the same. They all became blacksmiths and armorers and swordsmiths. So I guess what I'm saying is, if you want to take part in the next series of Civil War and get yourself your own beautiful blacksmith orc, then head on over and follow me on my Twitch. The links are in my description. I've spotted a little gaggle of orcs right here. It seems like they're training. Well, it looks like one of these new trainees is going to rise up and become a captain on day one of their job. Zune, the orc with the gem, gets the kill.
Now they'll have to promote me.
And he becomes the Sauvage. And yep, you guessed it, the Humiliator is still doing stuff, just constantly leveling up and generally being an asshole. The black painted Spike also takes out the Bladesmith. I'm not very upset about that. But I think it's about time that we go and have a word with the Humiliator. We've gotten a lot stronger and I think we can definitely take him out now. But as I'm traveling there, I accidentally slammed down beside an Olog captain. They have been a bit of a rarity in this playthrough so far, and look at how cool this one looks. It's like a sort of chosen Bagabug Olog.
You will taste the dark energies. You will feel the terrible hollow cold.
Okay, immediate name change there. I guess he's ran away before? And speaking of running away, there we go. Yeah, the gambler is still terrified of Caragors. That might get a little bit annoying. I'll try and take these guys out. So maybe he'll come back if I get rid of them all? Is that how it works? Oh no, he's gone. He has hightailed it out of here. He wants nothing to do with this fight. Best bodyguard ever. And there we go, we've wakened down this pretty badass looking shaman Olog. Not called the shaman anymore, called the gutless now. Let's shame him down, I wouldn't mind recruiting him in the future. Right after that, I try to save this slave who's on fire. My hope was that he would put himself out and then he'd be able to become a captain, but no, he just collapses. And there he is, the Humiliator, my nemesis, level 69 already. Bear in mind that I couldn't even recruit that level 19 Olog a second ago. I sneak over to his little scenic ledge and take out some of his guards while landing a stealth attack on him, utilizing my new skill.
Hey! You have to do it harder, or I can't feel it!
For God's sake. Why does every single one of my rivals have to make it creepy? Also, I'm pretty sure every rival that I've had so far has had a spiked ballsack. That just seems to be a consistent factor with every single nemesis and rival that I have now in this new playthrough.
You stupid talk!
But I can feel the shift of power changing. With my new threshing sword, my explosive attack is definitely giving me more of an edge. Also, the fact that we're fighting in a relatively isolated area is definitely helping. I'm not having hordes and hordes of orcs run in to help him this time. I can feel it. This is it. This is the time. The Humiliator is finally gonna be humiliated. He's going to be shamed. God, this is gonna feel good. All that pain and suffering he's caused me, I'm finally about to level him down and finally make him weaker for once. Oh no. That's not how I imagined this going. That's not good.